Welcome to Maths Alberta today. Today we want to look at a question under cyclic permutation. Arrangement of people in a circle or in a round something that is round, maybe like a round table or something. All right. So in how many ways can 5 businessmen be arranged on a round table if two particular friends are not to sit next to each other because of distraction? Probably they'll be talking as friends. All right. So look at how to address this question. A question of this kind. So we have solution. Let's represent the 5 friends first. So let A, B, C, D, and E. Let all of these represent the 5 friends. All right. Let A, B, C, D, E represent the 5 friends. Now, see what I'm going to do now. I want to make it as practical as possible so that you can enjoy the lesson. Try and follow along. All right. Now, so I'm going to make in a round table actually. So I'm going to draw a circle and then we answer it together. All right, so we are here. Now, if 2 friends are not meant to sit next to each other, we can say let the 2 friends that should not sit next to each other be A and B. Now, see what will happen? See, look at what we're going to do. Or probably let's fix one of them first. Let's fix one of them. Let's fix one of them first. So let's give A a place to settle down first. Let's give A place to settle down. We give A place to settle down. A. All right, so let's give a good seat to settle down first. Then we can now go ahead with other things. So let A sit down here first. All right. Now, remember the 2 friends that should not sit close to each other are A and B. We want to make sure that they don't sit next to each other because of distraction, according to the question. All right. So let A sit down. Now that let A position be fixed. Let A position be fixed actually. So we are making this position fixed for A. Let's not remove A from here, no matter what. Now, let these remaining 3 businessmen, give them seats. Let them sit down. All right, I can put, probably let me say, I pick C here. Let C sit down here. Let D sit down here. And let E sit down here, for example. Now, I've given the 3 of them seats. Now, B is left because we're told that B should not, no matter what, B should not sit next to A. We have assumed the 2 of them to be A and B. They should not sit close to each other. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we can actually change the position of A, B, and C. Sorry, C, D, and E. What it means is that you can swap the position you can change C to this place and take D here or carry E there and all of that. So look at how we explain this in permutation. We are going to say that C, D, and E can be seated in 3 factorial ways. This thing is called factorial in mathematics. In English language, it's called exclamation mark. But in mathematics, this symbol is called factorial. The symbol is actually called factorial in mathematics. All right, so 3 factorial means that what? C can be seated in 3 ways. Either C will stay here, or stay here. That's in 3 ways. And then, but C will eventually occupy one of the position. Then D, we have only 2 available seats to select from. Either here or here. And then E, we now have just one sitting position left, which C, as a businessman, must take. So that means that C, D, and E can be seated in 3 factorial ways. That's 3 with this sign. It's called factorial. All right. Now, what we're going to do now is, now that we have given, so C, D, and E, their sitting arrangement has been determined. Now, we are going to say multiply by. Now, if you check very well, we have not given B seat yet. Now, see what we're going to do. We are going, see they say that we assume that the two friends should be B and C, and A, the position of A is already fixed. Now, we can give B seat here, in between C and D. Or, we give him seat here, to come and sit here, in between what? In between D and E. We don't give him seat here. If we give him seat here, he will still be next to what? To A, and they will be talking. Or if you give him seat here, he will be next to his friend E. Sorry, A rather, and they will still be disturbing. So what will happen is that that means that B can sit in two ways, either here or here. So this one is direct 2, so you say 2. Now this one is what? 3 factorial means 3 times 2 times 1. It's a backward kind of multiplication. 3 factorial means 3 times the next number at the back of 3 is 2. Or simply put, you can remove 1. After 2 is 1. We don't go below 1. If you get to 0, if you mistakenly put 0, everything will turn to 0. All right? Multiply by 2. Okay, now let's go. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 1 is going to be 6 times 2, which will give us 12. That means that the number of ways the 5 businessmen can be seated in such a way that 2 particular friends should not or must not sit next to each other because of distraction is in 12 ways. There is another method actually. In that method, you find a number of ways the 5 people can sit without restriction, and then you can now go ahead and find a number of ways 2 people must sit next to each other, and then you subtract the answer of 2 people sitting next to each other from the other one, and then you are there. All right. Thank you very much for watching. But let me adjust the question and allow you to solve it so that you can submit something for me. Now, repeat the same question as classwork, but instead of 5 now, you go ahead and use 7 in this place. And work it out and put the answer in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Please do well to like, to share to others, and then do well to subscribe. Thank you.